Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Building a Nation with Team Canada, and today we return to the group stage of the 2023 North American Nations League. It's an important group stage, but it is one that we should win. You can see currently in group number 2, we are in the lead with 3 points. Had a 2-0 victory, I think, or maybe a 3-1 victory over Trinidad, Tobago in our first game, a month ago now, at least maybe more than a month ago, in game time anyway. It seems like forever ago, but since then, Haiti and Trinidad played each other and had a draw, so that gives them each 1 point. And now we play both of those teams, hopefully today. I think we can get both matches in today, because I think we should be able to steamroll both teams. But I've said that before, and it hasn't gone so well. So let's, temper our expectations a little bit. But first, before we, let's delve into the league and get a look at the league. So, Group 1, Jamaica, Panama, kind of an interesting group there, tied at 3 points, although Panama does have 2 games to 1, but still, the fact that they've got 3 points makes a big difference, as opposed to our group where nobody has 3 points except for us. Group 3, Mexico on top with 6 points. Again, that's a big deal. A lot of times you can qualify with 6 points, but they've got Costa Rica in their group. Costa Rica's got 3 points after 2 games. So they've still got an outside chance of dethroning Mexico. USA, similar situation with Honduras. 6 points for USA, 3 points for Honduras, no points for Martinique. They are getting relegated. But, for our match, for our purposes, we just need to get to the semifinals. And all you have to do to get to the semifinals is win your group in the group stage. There are 4 groups. Each winner moves on. And that makes 4 teams, and that makes a semi-final. So that's good. Now, after that, we've got the Confederations Cup versus USA, and that's the interesting dynamic of this team, is we have 2 games that we should be winning comfortably, followed by 1 game that's going to be a dogfight. So that's going to be, it made building this team very interesting, and it got me a lot of flack for building this team. So let's get to the match preview, and then we'll talk about our team. So we are pretty good favorites here, 5-4 favorites. We're in decent form, 3 wins and 2 losses. Haiti, our opponent for today, comes in poor form, 4 losses and 1 win. We've played Haiti 3 times, and they did manage a draw against us 1 time. So that's something to be worried about. Canada, we do have 2 wins against them, though, so that's good. Now let's take a look at Haiti. Coach Felix Rumian, good, very adaptable, okay at working with youngsters. Other than that, he's got a lot to worry about here. He's not great. I wonder, is he a former player? I don't know, but this is the only coaching job he's ever had. Very strange. 2023, his first year, he's the Haiti's head coach. No coaching experience prior to this. His first non-playing role was as Haiti's head coach. So he's a regen head coach who's actually not very good. He's like a journeyman. Like, imagine if you start up a journeyman save and your first job is as the Haitian head coach. Interesting. That bodes ill for the nation. Let's take a look at Haiti, the nation itself. Now, they do have a full squad, so that's positive, very positive. They do not currently have a starting goalkeeper picked. Have to assume it's going to be Sineas here. Rosny Sineas will most likely be their starting goalkeeper, 16 years old, but you never know, I guess, at this point. They've got Arcus, Carlins Arcus, as their top player, valued at $9.25 million. The right back, he's pretty good, very fast. Technicals could do some work. but physically he's very fine. He's pretty much far and away their best player. Other than that, they mostly have guys valued in the thousands of dollars. Derek Etienne has lost a little bit. He's 26 years old, only valued at $325K. He used to be much more valuable. He's still a good player. He's still decent. He's still a guy who could give us some trouble. But other than that, not a lot going on here. This guy playing for Seattle 2. Here we go. Francis Perreault, valued at $500,000. Contracted to Alton Nordo. He's a striker. This guy could cause some damage. 14 finishing, 14 first touch. You know, he's not the fastest or the biggest. I mean, he is 6'4", but he's not very strong for a guy who's 6'4", 209 pounds. You think he'd have a little bit more muscle than that. So, you know, they've got some interesting players, so we can't really go easy on these guys. We got to try to beat them, especially considering our last result was only, you know, we only had a 2-goal differential. So I don't know that we can take anybody for granted. So here's our starting lineup. Now, we got a lot of young players on the team. I made a statement. You know, I wasn't happy with the Gold Cup squad. So I went with some younger players. I went with some different players. And, you know, got a lot of flack for it. Got, you know, the media was all over the place. I had my inbox was full of emails from guys saying, hey, what's the deal? Why am I not in the team? That kind of stuff. But I held a team meeting. We'll submit that team. I held a team meeting, and the guys were very happy. I said, you know, we're going with youth. We're looking at guys to refresh the squad, and everybody was happy except for Piet, the guy we just demoted from captain, but still kept him on the team. And he was like, maybe these guys don't deserve to be here. So I don't know. Piet has got issues. I'm not happy about Piet. Second time in my career as head coach that I haven't been happy with Piet. If you remember way back, he got a red card in his his debut game or whatever. And I was not happy about that. I nearly cut him from the team then. But anyway, they are going defensive here with the 4-5-1. They do have Rene Judy in goal. Is that the guy we looked at? I don't know. I don't remember saying that name, but anyway, he's in goal. Jerome J. Boom. Jean Fritz Boom. That's a great name. This guy is going to have a tremendous career. He's 23 years old. Boom, boom, Bigelow. Carlins, Arcus, Sanin. I'm a little interested also with Labissiere. 26 years old. He's got a real picture. He's a real dude. He's got 14 flair. He only has 4 finishing, though. He is definitely a midfielder. So maybe he's nothing really to be worried about. But you know what? I just saw his picture there right in the middle, and I thought, you know, he's a real dude we got to worry about. We definitely have to worry about Etienne taking the captain's armband today. And then Perreault up top. So, 6.5 rating, though, in his first appearance, though. Not that great. Anyway, our lineup, which is probably the one that's a bit more interesting. Pantami in goal. I mean, I keep saying this, but I don't think anybody believes it, including myself. He is the best goalkeeper currently in Canada. You know, I compare him against everybody I come up against. And usually what happens is he's the same technically, he's the same mentally, and he's better physically than everybody else. So, he's in goal. Forget about it. Cabra on the left. He was nearly left off the team in favor of Zlatkovic. Zlatkovic suffered a horrible injury after I had picked him. And so Cabra comes in as an injury substitute. How about that? I was making a statement, leaving off pretty much our best player, leaving him off the team as a, you know, a warning. Anyway, Dunn, Jaguar, Ahmed coming back on the team on the right-hand side. Jackson Amel, who has switched allegiances. We had to We had to trade him to Hearts or transfer him to Hearts. He really wanted to go. They came in for the, big time bid. And now he's gone back to Scotland. So we're definitely trying to tie him up as much as possible for Team Canada now that he's back in Scotland. T-Bert is going to be with him in the midfield, taking the captain's armband. Davies on the left. He's healthy. He's finally happy. He's got a new team as well. I'm taking a lot of time here, but he's at SC Freiburg. So that's good for him. Shamit Shombalu back in the lineup. Hasn't played in a while. Shamit Shom taking Osario's place because Osario doesn't like big matches. And guess who does like big matches? Shamit Shom. He enjoys big matches. He's a consistent player. He's developing. He fits into the core lineup and all that stuff. Look at all those positives. So he's back in the lineup. And then Liam Miller. It says he's making his debut, but he had 2 goals. He's our leading goal scorer for this competition. He's also the highest rated player in this competition, so I really don't know how he's making his debut. But anyway, I drug that out way too long. We should be winning this. Let's go. Competitions. Set up position instructions. Yeah, let's... No. Oh, yes. Yeah, sure. I'm going to undo that. All right, let's go. Kick off. I didn't look at where we're playing. I have no idea where we're playing. We got the... I don't like that again. We got the neon sign for our field. All right, Haiti. Let's go. Davies, early free kick. Just bends it wide. It's a big stadium wherever we're playing at, but it's not exactly full. Here's an interesting highlight. 2 minutes in. Looks like Haiti's trying to build from the back. They're going to send it deep. That's intercepted by Jaguar. Easy. Jaguar's been playing very well. Very highly rated right now. Shom to Millar. He is tackled. Millar's coming off a bit of an injury, but Shamit Shom can't get it forward. Jaguar again doing work. They're going to have a lot of trouble getting past him. He's just playing so well. Cabra getting forward, tries to head it on. Davies heads it down to Shom. Shom has a new tactic. Here's T-Bert. He'll take the shot and score. Outstanding shot from T-Bert. Good man coming up from the midfield to get the early goal. Davies to Shom. Shom has a new tactic. He's only got 5 finishing, so he has learned to pass rather than shoot. So it can be good, it can be bad. It can be very good if he's got good teammates around him and he can pass the ball to them and they can score, which is what we want our playmaker to do. But it also gives us one less guy who's looking to score, so that's maybe not so good. But there he goes. Done. So, we're going to have to take the good with the bad on that one and just hope that he gets it to some players who can score. This highlight's going on forever. It's like a mega highlight situation. Only 6 minutes in. We are on key highlights. Cabra playing it well. T-Bert again. Centers to Shom. And look at that. Just as I talked him up as a guy who's not going to shoot, he shoots. He was open. He was wide open. I don't mind him taking that shot. But again, he does only have 5 finishing, so we would prefer him not to shoot, because it's most likely just going to end up in the 20th row, just like that one was. All right, here's Haiti, building up again. Perot, Manos, Sanon. Okay, looped one up there. Pantami, I don't think he's really been tested. No, that was their first shot. And it is definitely not on goal. Shamit Shom sends one in. Tries to get it to Jaguar. T-Bert gets his second. So I brought T-Bert in for his leadership because we have such a young team now. I didn't really expect a goal-scoring output from him, but, you know, we know what to expect from T-Bert for the most part. We know he's consistent, we know he's versatile, and we know he's a leader, and that's what we need on this team. We needed some better leadership. You know, last tournament, you saw our captains step down, and we had a real void in leadership. So hopefully T-Bert can give us that, and right now he's doing a job. 2 goals, 8.5 rating. That's the way to lead. Lead by example, my dude. Jackson Amell to Davies. Out wide to Cabra. Getting forward. He sends it across to Millar. Keeps it out. Baloo tried to knock it in from a very, very tough angle. Got some college soccer on in the background. Got a top 20 matchup here. Number 16 Michigan State versus number 13 Washington. This is a game I could have attended if I really thought about it or wanted to. It's just down the road at DeMartin Stadium. I honestly didn't check their schedule to see if they were playing. I don't know if they normally play on Friday nights. I don't think so. But I could be wrong about that. Anyway, it's on the Big Ten Network, so that's cool. That's one of the things I like about the Big Ten Network is you get to see some different sports. It's not all just basketball and football. All right. We're building up another highlight here just before half. So Haiti's managed to keep us out of the goal for the last 30 minutes, but now things might be dangerous. Cabra trying to work it forward with Davies. Is he going to go around his man? He's not. He's going to get it to T-Bert, and then Cabra moves forward. Davies does not see him, does not get it to him. So we're going to work down the middle. Shamit Shom to Millar. Shoots it wide. What is Millar up to these days? He's an attacking forward. I don't think I like that. Make him... Can he play poacher? He can play poacher. I want him to get forward a little bit more. Try to break their lines. See if he can get forward, get another goal. 2 minutes of stoppage time. I don't know what to say. I mean, it's like I said at the top. It's we can't afford to take these guys lightly. Even though I did call up a young team. But at the same time, when we just dominate these teams, it's not incredibly entertaining. Let's be calm. Very pleased. Keep it up. Not really much to talk about. There were some injury issues here and there. As I mentioned, Zlatkovic was injured. We had a couple guys coming in with some nicks. Millar was injured coming in for a couple of days. Our under-20s played, so that was good. We got a lot of guys out from Vancouver right now, playing sort of a skeleton crew back in Vancouver. I could have postponed our MLS games, but honestly I didn't want to because I want that skeleton crew to get some tackles. There's a great tackle from T-Bert. I want that skeleton crew to get some playing time. Because many of them are going to be on the under-23s, hopefully. Here's Baloo getting forward. He's going to use some of that creativity. Gets it to Millar. Come on. Contracted to PSV now, so he's changed teams. Valued at $15 million now. What's that all about? What is that all about? PSV Eindhoven. Transfers? No, it's not in there. We're going to have to look at Millar and see where that transfer came from. I'm interested now. You got me interested. He's worth $15 million. Why is that? Because PSV paid $12.75 million. Outstanding. He only got 3 starts this year before getting transferred. All right. So that's fine. That's fine. You know, it's good to see these young players moving up in the world, getting some new gigs. You know, Davies was in dire need of a new place to play. He was definitely upset. Cabra, he seems better these days. He's contracted to Bruges. Isn't that where our other dude is from? Isn't that where Edakugbe is? No, he's moved on. No, he's back at Vålerenga. Whatever that means. Second half. Flying by this time. I think we're just sort of taking it easy. Here's Davies. Corner kick to Dunn. Great header. Great goal from Dunn. Comes flying in from the far post. That's what we want. Dunn, you know, he's coming from that Vancouver factory. We're taking rejects and turning them into national team players. Dunn was a guy who was on the outs just about everywhere he's been. He's always had the potential, always had the talent. And right now he's training very well. Like, he had a perfect 10 in training last week. And before that he had a 9 point something. So, you know, his attributes are reflective of that. He's improving. He's up to 3 stars. You know, I think his potential has gone up too. His potential's gone up to 4 stars. Here's Davies with a free kick. Sends it wide. 85 minutes. Do we need to make any subs? Possibly, yeah. Let's see. Baloo on the right. Do we want to bring in Jonathan David? Not really. He's another guy we're sort of nursing right now. I'd kind of like to not play David until that matchup with USA. So I think we'll actually put in Hundle on the right, which is not someplace he plays a tremendous amount. And we'll bring Timoteo in for Davies on the left. Timoteo's another guy who's been improving quite a bit. You can see, look at, he's got green arrows just about everywhere. He's up to 3.5 stars now. He may have reached his potential, but man, he's playing so good. You know, we left Brim off the roster again because of Timoteo. Oh, there's Pansamy with a big save. Right in the 93rd minute to keep his shutout. Good man. Good man. And there we go. There we go. All right. Russell Tebert with a pair. Julian Dunn in the 70th minute. Outstanding. Who got the player of the match? Tebert, of course. 9.2 rating. 2 goals. All right. Pep talk, end talk. Let's go. Continue talk. Talk. All right, we got Trinidad Tobago coming up next. Try to make that one just as short. Canada hammer Haiti. Yes, indeed. Tebert stellar. All right, we're going to pause it here and get to our next game. Pause. Okay, here we are. We are back for, I was going to say the second leg, but it's not exactly the second leg. It's the second game. How about that? Matchup versus Sporting Kansas City. Okay, we're going to pause. We'll be back. Yeah, forgot about this game. Anyway, see ya. Okay, we're back. Ready for the second leg after that little minor mishap there in the middle where we had to play Sporting KC. But anyway, we're back. Trinidad Tobago. We are evens, so, you know, pretty heavy betting favorite there. It's 11-5 against them winning. Coming in strong form, 4 wins and a loss. We've played them twice, beat them twice. Let's see if we can continue that. Playing at Crawford Stadium, Port of Spain, Trinidad. So this is the away leg. Okay. Rajesh Lachu is the coach. Been there since 2021. He's an actual real dude. That's good, working with youngsters, etc., etc. What's Trinidad ranked these days? We take a look at that. They are ranked 84th You know, so they gave us a bit of a game last time. We'll see if they can do it again. Get to our team selection. As you can see, we're going formation number 2. We're getting bold here, but that's sort of, this lineup that we've got in is kind of the best for formation number 2, so we're going with it. If things get hairy, we can drop back to just regular old 4-4-2. Could be a big mistake, but you know what? I got a feeling. I got a feeling about this. Let's go. Got USA versus Mexico on in the background. The college game is over, and now we got the international. It's just a friendly, but still. USA versus Mexico, it's always big time. Anyway, Trinidad. Interesting. They're going with the 4-1-2-3 DM. M. Williams, Mikhail Williams, making his debut, even though he started last game and had a very good rating, 7.10. And Thomas making his debut. This guy could actually be making his debut. Looks like a regen. Hackshaw, Jim Duggan in the midfield. Anyway, we're going to go with formation number 2. Pantami still in goal. Believe it or not. Still in goal. Adekugbe on the left-hand side. Tamori on the right. So 2 of our more defensive fullbacks are in with Rocco and Henry. That's a very solid defense right there. Should be able to contain things even as the rest of their teammates go forward. Piet, the complaining one, a defensive midfielder. Norman, who's moved on from Vancouver to bigger and better things. Hopefully, he's going to play the box-to-box role. Timoteo on the left, David on the right, Cavallini and Hundle up top. So we'll see what that pairing does. You know, Cavallini obviously as the target man. Could switch David around there and make David up top. But for now, Hundle's a little bit more natural there. And David's a little bit more natural on the right wing. All right, we could secure qualification to the semifinals with a win here. So let's go. Now, we still do have one more game to go. And it would honestly take a miracle for these two teams to catch up with us. But miracles do happen. So let's hopefully not allow that. Let's get some goals here. Let's go into the next round with a little bit of sound and fury. Kevin Daniel is their leading goal scorer from the midfield, so we should probably tightly mark him. Garcia, Dylan, put a little pressure on their leading assist man, and there we go, kickoff. Let's go Trinidad, Tobago. Nice crowd, I give them that. They got a very good crowd. Lots of red and white. We are in the whites, the away whites. They got the red tops, white shorts. Big tackle from Williams. No call, no foul. Just a solid tackle to end the highlights. You know, we got fully rotated side because we got that USA team game coming up next. So we got to have our starters available for that USA team. Now, are we going to go Z formation against them, or are we going to go, 4-4-2? It's a big question. We're going to have to take a little bit, make it some analysts. Make some analysts? What does that even mean? I was going to say we're going to do some analysis. There we go. That's a phrase that people say. Do some analysis. See what Team USA is weak against or strong against, and maybe use that to decide what we're doing. Cavallini wins one at midfield, gets it out wide to Timoteo. Plenty of space down the far side. Gets by one man, drops it off to Piet. Piet's got Norman in the midfield. Norman's got 4 men to choose from getting forward. David, they collapse on him. Looks like Tamori getting forward on the outside. David takes the shot, curls it in. Cavallini charges for it, but Hodge manages to clear it for Trinidad. So that was a bit of an exciting highlight there. Let's see a few more of those. Only 2 shots, 20 minutes in. So Trinidad's playing some good defense out there. They got 52% of possession. So we're having a little trouble taking the ball or keeping the ball, which, formation number 2 is known for that. But here we go. David sending one in, back post. Henry with the header down. Tapped in by Cavallini. Is he onside? Does it matter when it comes at the crossbar? I mean, it sort of does. Depends on where he was when that initial shot came in, I think. Yeah, Cavallini, he looked like he was onside for most of that. So that's good. We'll take that. We'll take 1-0. 30 minutes in, that's a fine result so far. We're getting shots, but they're coming from too far out. Yeah. Yeah, I agree, but that's fine. That's what formation number 2 is all about. You know, no Shamit Shom in there to mess things up and shoot the ball into the crowd. I noticed a problem last game. We had Shamit Shom on attack. And we shouldn't do that because we don't want him shooting the ball. So why would we have him on attack? So we got to figure that out for the next game if we go Z formation. What was that? What was that there, assistant coach? Cato's an accomplished crosser of the ball. Okay, we'll cover him. But the rest of that is fine. There we go. First half over with. Cavallini, 26 minutes, gets his goal. It's good to see him back in the scoring column. It's getting a little late. I'm running out of words here. Let's just finish this half and get on with it. You've played well so far, but there's room for improvement. This is kind of reminiscent of the first game. Trinidad sticking around, keeping it close for a while before they finally tired out. And we finally pulled ahead of them by 2 goals. Trying not to watch the USA game too closely while I watch my own game. This is what happens when you play FM like all day long. You end up multitasking. And here we go. 54 minutes. The clock appears to be rolling. They're going to have some problems at right back pretty soon. Cato is going to be tired. He's only on a 6.5 rating. So hopefully they've got some reserves. David's got a yellow card. He's a little tired as well. Like I said, I think now's a good time for a sub. I'm going to bring in Baloo. Because as I mentioned last game, David came into this one a little banged up. So he's got a yellow card. He's getting a little tired. Let's take him out now and avoid any sort of awful situations. Bring Baloo in. So Baloo might be a little bit tired for the USA game, but hopefully David will be able to start in his place. Because we'd really like our most talented guys out on the field against USA. Here we go. Highlight. Tamori with a throw and gets it to Baloo. Here he goes. Sends one across. Timoteo is there. No. Cannot get it past Ranjit Singh. Ranjit Singh. Booms it. Highlight continues. Henry heads it. I don't know what that was all about. Why don't you just bring that down, my dude? Stewart to Daniel. He's giving Trinidad some life here. Hackshaw. Hackshaw, not hacksaw. You know, I don't like this highlight. They could get something tricky. Their number 10 down here in the corner is acting suspicious. Trying to get past Adekugbe. Adekugbe's a veteran, though. Hopefully he can hold his own. Stewart does get it to Dylan, but Pantami is there. Pantami tested and makes a save. Wasn't the most beautiful save you ever saw, but he did save it. Cato drops it back. Dylan back out to Cato. Nobody's covering him. That would be lovely if you did. Oh, great. Big tackle. Who's that? Adekugbe. Way to go. That's your dude. That's who you should be covering. Coach. Oh, Cato. Look at Cato. He is dying out there. Henry's a little tired. Adekugbe's a little tired. 80 minutes in. Cavallini 7-0 and a goal. You know, I think we're going to be able to cruise this one out. They have gone 4-3-3. They're coming for us. They want a draw. You know, if they get a draw from us, that would be huge. I don't, you know, it might keep them in it, but I don't think so. Here's Baloo. Sends it back post. Henry with the header. Nope, sends it wide. 92 minutes. I think we're going to escape this one, and we do, with a 1-0 victory. Canadian fans rejoice. Nice atmosphere. Pretty good game, 1-0. 13 shots, 7 on target. I mean, the game was good. Our performance, I don't think, was that good. Take a look. Our defense played strong, of course, as I thought it might. I thought we had a pretty strong defense there. Midfield, okay. Attackers, not so good other than Cavallini. So I'm not incredibly happy with that game, but I will give them a good win. Well done, just because I want to keep the locker room atmosphere going. Okay, Canada qualifies for the semifinals. That's what I thought. Henry close to triggering a clause. How about that? I can make myself some money. Daniel Henry is now 1 appearance away from making 20 international appearances, which will trigger a transfer clause to Vancouver, which Atlas will pay Vancouver $230,000. So I should put that in all of these clauses, right? If you play international 20 games, pay Vancouver some money. That would be good. Anyway, Adekugbe does play well. 7.10 rating. Good job. And that's going to do it for that. We'll take a quick look at the competition. So we do have 9 points. And that qualifies us for the semifinals, which is what we wanted to do. Jamaica has also qualified, 9 points. Panama next with 3 points. Mexico still got a tiny bit to go because Costa Rica's got 2 games left. So if they beat Mexico in their final game, they could have a chance to sneak in and beat Mexico for Group 3. USA is in a dogfight, meanwhile, with Honduras. 6 points apiece. USA does still have 2 games to go, though. So they've got plenty of room to qualify right there. But Honduras is not making it easy. Martinique, meanwhile, is already relegated. So there we go. We're going to end it there. Come back with a big game versus USA. So until then, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.